Have you ever wondered if it's cheaper to rent or buy a home? It's a question that has puzzled many. We're about to delve into this age-old conundrum, comparing the costs and benefits of both renting and buying a home. There are numerous factors at play in this debate, from personal circumstances to financial situations, not to mention the ever-fluctuating housing market conditions. Today, we dive into the great debate of renting versus buying. Which one will come out on top? Stick around to find out. Let's kick things off with renting. What are the upsides and downsides? When we think about renting, flexibility is one of the first things that come to mind. In a world that's ever-changing, renting allows you the freedom to pack up and move without the hassle of selling a house. It's a great option for those who love the thrill of new environments, or for those whose job requires them to relocate frequently. Plus, when you're renting, you're not saddled with the burden of maintenance costs. If the roof starts leaking or the furnace breaks down in the dead of winter, a quick call to the landlord can save you from a whole lot of stress and unexpected expenses. And let's not forget about property taxes. They're the homeowner's responsibility, not yours. But like everything in life, renting also has its share of downsides. One of the most significant is the potential for rent hikes. Unlike a fixed-rate mortgage, where you know exactly what you're paying each month for the length of your loan, rents can, and often do, increase over time. This can make budgeting a bit of a challenge. Another drawback of renting is dealing with landlords. While some are responsive and considerate, others may not be as accommodating. This can lead to frustrations, especially when it comes to urgent maintenance issues. And then there's the elephant in the room: no return on investment. With renting, you're essentially paying for a service, not an asset. This means that despite years of timely rent payments, you won't see any financial return. Unlike homeowners, renters don't benefit from rising property values. Renting surely has its merits and demerits, but what about buying a home? Switching gears, let's now examine the other side of the coin: buying a home. When we talk about buying, it's impossible to ignore the prospect of appreciation in value. Unlike renting, where you're paying for the privilege of space, buying is an investment. Over time, your home may increase in value, potentially offering a solid return on your purchase. But it's not just about the potential financial gains. Buying a home also gives you a level of freedom and control you don't get when you rent. Want to knock down that wall or paint the kitchen lime green? No problem, you're the boss. Plus, there's no landlord to answer to, giving you a sense of independence and autonomy. And let's not forget the psychological satisfaction of ownership. There's a certain pride and fulfillment that comes with owning a home. It's a tangible symbol of your hard work and achievement, and can provide a sense of stability and security. However, it's not all rosy in the land of home ownership. One of the biggest drawbacks is the upfront costs. Buying a home requires a substantial initial investment, including a down payment, closing costs, and potentially a hefty mortgage. Then there's the ongoing maintenance responsibilities. When you own a home, you've got to deal with everything from leaky roofs to faulty wiring, and these costs can add up quickly. Plus, there's the time and effort involved in managing these tasks. And let's not overlook the fact that buying a home ties you to one location. If you need to relocate for work or other reasons, selling a home can be a complicated and time-consuming process. Clearly, buying a home has its own set of advantages and disadvantages, but how do these two options compare financially? Now the million-dollar question: which is cheaper, renting or buying? The financial comparison between renting and buying a home is not as straightforward as it may seem. Let's break it down, starting with buying. When buying a home, there's the upfront cost, which usually includes the down payment, closing costs, and any immediate home improvements. This can be quite a hefty sum, depending on the price of the home and the percentage of the down payment. Then there are the monthly mortgage payments, which, depending on your loan term and interest rate, could be higher than a rental payment for a comparable property. Buying a home also brings ongoing costs such as property taxes, homeowners insurance, and maintenance. These costs can add up over time and are often overlooked when people compare the cost of a mortgage to rent. Now let's consider renting. The upfront costs for renting are typically much less than buying. You'll usually have to put down a security deposit, which is often equivalent to 1 month's rent, and you may also have to pay the first month's rent in advance. Monthly rent payments could be lower or higher than a mortgage payment, depending on the local rental market and the type of property you're renting. One of the potential disadvantages of renting is the possibility of rent increases. While a fixed-rate mortgage keeps your monthly payment the same for the life of the loan, landlords can raise the rent periodically. This uncertainty can make budgeting more challenging for renters. Now, it's important to remember that individual financial situations play a significant role in this decision. If you're able to afford the upfront costs of buying and feel secure in your ability to handle the ongoing costs, buying might be a good choice for you. However, if you're not ready to take on these costs, or if you value the flexibility and lower responsibilities that come with renting, then renting might be the better option. Market conditions also play a part. In a seller's market, where home prices are high, renting might be the more affordable choice. On the other hand, when home prices are low, or if you plan to stay in the same place for a long time, buying could be cheaper in the long run. Lastly, personal preferences matter. Some people value the stability and potential for wealth building that comes with home ownership. Others prefer the flexibility and fewer responsibilities that come with renting. The financial comparison reveals that the answer isn't as straightforward as it may seem. It all depends on a myriad of factors. So, what's the verdict, renting or buying? As we've explored, this question isn't as black and white as it may seem. Both options come with their own unique set of advantages and disadvantages, and the decision truly depends on individual circumstances, financial situations, and personal preferences. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Renting, as we've discussed, offers flexibility. It's a great option for those who value the freedom to move around, whether for work or personal reasons. Renting also allows you to avoid the costs and responsibilities of home ownership, such as maintenance and repairs. However, it's important to remember that while you're not building equity with this option, you're also not exposed to the risks of the real estate market. On the flip side, buying a home can be an excellent long-term investment. It allows you to build equity, offers potential tax benefits, and can provide a sense of stability and accomplishment. However, it's crucial to consider the upfront costs, monthly payments, and your debt-to-income ratio when deciding if this is the right move for you. We also dove into the financial comparisons and discovered that the numbers tell a compelling story. While home ownership has historically been seen as a path to wealth, it's important to remember that timing the purchase and sale of a home can significantly impact your return on investment. According to Yale economist James Choi, renting may be a more financially savvy choice than buying for many people. He points out that the money spent on a home could potentially yield higher returns if invested elsewhere. However, the decision to rent or buy is more complex than commonly portrayed, and owning a home is not without its drawbacks. So how do you navigate this complex decision? The most important thing to remember is to consider all these factors before making a decision. Assess your financial situation, your future plans, and your personal preferences. Engage with a financial advisor if needed. Take your time and make the decision that's right for you. Whether you choose to rent or buy, remember that the best decision is the one that suits your lifestyle and financial situation the best. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, stay savvy.